Slight little change. Slight little change of plans this morning. Slight little change of plans. Like, why do we have a slight little change of plans? Well, we have a slight little change of plans because there's some interesting things going on with the weather outside. And so we have got to move today's show. I've got a whole show built out, but I don't think we're going to have time for the whole show. I got up this morning. That was a weird sound. Got up this morning and grabbed my Morning 5 planner, of course, and went in, did my gratitude goals, so on and so forth. And then at the top of the page, there was a quote that was submitted by actual members of this community. That's what I love about the planners. Every single day, there is a quote that is submitted by members of our community to inspire other members of our community. And today's quote was submitted by Kurt Cahill. And the quote is, "The key is not the will to win." Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win that is important. The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win. I read that and I immediately thought, man, that reminds me of my kids. I have some kids that are super talented but don't want to do any of the work. They just want to play in the game, but they don't want to go to practice. Then I've got other kids that are so incredibly, like, their work ethic is through the roof, right? They have no problem doing the work whatsoever, but they're not necessarily as talented. And I just think, man, if we could put those together, that work ethic with the talent, now we're on to something. That's what Kurt's talking about here this morning. The key is not the will to win. Everybody wants to win. It's the will to prepare to win. Are you willing to do the work required now? Are you willing to put in the practice, the boring stuff? Are you willing to do the reps to prepare to win? Great way to start our day. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Glenn Lundy, a husband to one, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning 5.
I'm Heather Parady, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, so good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday, aka CMA Day. That's right, Carter Myers Automotive Group, the most amazing automotive group in the country. I get the honor of spending every Wednesday with them and their incredible organization. And so Wednesdays have become CMA Day over the last 4 or 5 years. If you are looking for a career change or to be a part of an amazing organization that does things like what you see out right here on the screen, creating amazing experiences for the children and the youth in that area. If you just want to be a part of an amazing organization, let me know. Reach out. You can connect with me or Liza Borges on here or Scott Simons or any of these folks. They have over 1,100 associates that work for their organization, over 24 dealerships around Virginia and surrounding areas, and opportunities they've created for everybody. So if you'd love to be a part of that, just let me know. We can hook you up for sure. But today is also February 28th, 2024. And I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Today is an interesting day. It's supposed to be about 67 degrees. It's 63 degrees now. It was a low of 29 degrees, which I guess is later tonight. And if you've ever lived in, this kind of area or in it's hard to explain the weather. There's a level of heat, but then there's also like, it's edgy. It's not warm heat like, oh, it's hot. It's warm heat that like, oh, this could take a turn at any minute. And so there are a bunch of tornado watches that are happening right now, and it's starting to storm like crazy out there. And my wife actually has somewhere to go this morning. Her father is having a surgery, and so she's going to pick him up. And so the plan was, We had it all mapped out and we had a plan and so on and so forth. But that plan has changed a little bit because there's some tornado stuff going on. And so I'm going to have to cut the show short today and get back over to the house so that my wife can leave the house. And obviously the kids will be in a safe situation. And so I had planned, we are in a series this week called Bon Voyage, right? And we looked up the definition of Bon Voyage, which is used to express good wishes to someone who's about to go on a journey. And then we looked up the word voyage, and what does that exactly mean? And the word voyage is a long journey involving travel or sea or space. And it says it started talking about a voyage of discovery, right? Self-discovery. So earlier in the week, we went into this journey and started talking about mindset, shifting our mindset and what that looks like. And then yesterday, we kind of went on this voyage of self-discovery and talked about how important it is to understand authentically who you are and to step into that those that have reached the massive levels of impact and multi-generational impact that we all dream and desire, they truly walk with their own strut. They have their own kind of thoughts, their own words, and sometimes it's controversial and sometimes they offend people and so on and so forth, right? But by not blending in and otherwise stepping into who they truly are, they've made a massive impact on this planet with their businesses, with their organizations, and as individuals. So we talked about that yesterday. And today my intention was to really blow your mind. Today, my intention was to blow your mind and maybe at the same time probably offend a few people. Now, my intention wasn't to offend. That was not the intention. But as the show was written, that was what was like going to happen. But it looks like we're going to have to shift and pivot today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some dancing because that's an important part of our morning, right? We got to get these bodies in motion, and the object in motion stays in motion. The object at rest stays at rest. So we got to get moving this morning. I've got some early calls today, which I'm excited about. I'm also going to be investing some time with my kids then in their co-op, which is kind of the way they do school. They do homeschool they learn from their mama, but then they also have a couple days a week where they go and they learn from some other teachers, some other homeschool teachers. And so I get to invest some time with them this morning, which I'm super excited about as well. But for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button, if you would, please. I don't know how much show we're going to have today, but if you could share it out, I'd greatly appreciate it. And then, of course, it's the part of the show where if you would hit the likes on the Facebook and likes over on YouTube, and then make sure to say good morning to me, and I'll say good morning to you. Does that sound fair? Randy Wagner, good morning. Great to see you. Bella Rigby, I'm grateful you're here today. Renee Hayes is in the building. Christina Howard, thanks for being here. Leisha Moore is in the building. Tina Carroll, what up, sister? Mike Strong is up in here today. Great to see you, Mike Strong. Ricardo Govindansamy, I'm glad you're here. Marcus Ellis, the musician, is in the building as well. Aiden Kirshner, great to see you. Justin Collins, I'm glad you're here. Stephen Smith, thanks for joining us. Tahir Khan, I am so glad you're here today. Tahir Khan, thanks for being in the building. Michelle Gravely is up in here this morning. Mr. Don Sankey and Shelly Jean. What's up, Shelly Jean? Prayers for the father-in-law. Carrie Lynn Carter. There is a front moving in. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out there. My wife is going to make it very clear that she is not thrilled with me if I don't get home shortly. Matt Johnson, Melvin Rodriguez, Rich Pintrick, thanks for being here. Fanny Schultz, I'm glad you're here this morning. All right, Alicia Moore, good morning to you as well. I see Marilyn Wilkins is in the building. T.M. Hyman, great to see you. Russell Hill, I'm glad you're here. Ryan Gallagher, thanks for being here. Ryan Van Soyek, thanks for being here as well. Tony Schmidt is in the building. Annette Marie is in the building. Zion and Russell Hill, Debbie Dowling Waba, and Thaddeus, all the way from Cali. What's up, Thaddeus from Cali? I'm glad you're here. Miss Eliza Myers-Borges is in the building. Scott Simons in the building as well. Melvin Rodriguez, Young Johnson, Robin Price, Justin Conoco. What's up, Justin? I'm so glad you're here. Renee Hayes is in the building this morning. Great to see you, Renee. All right, all kinds of folks up in here today. I appreciate you. Paula Collins, thanks for being here. And for those of you that are watching on replay, which is about 95% of the people that watch this show, thanks for joining as well. I can't see your name right here, right now, live, but I'm thinking about you and I appreciate you. Also, before we move on, Jeremy Lemus, I'm glad you're here. Dana Fishbein is in the building. Emma Primacino and Matt Johnson. Did want to say thank you to all of you that have supported the Legacy Titles, 12 Proven Principles to Scale Your Business 800%. It's a book that I recently wrote and released. It is out on audio. The audio experience is unlike anything you've ever listened to. I promise, whether you're into self-development books or not into self-development books, whether you're looking to scale a business or not looking to scale a business, you're going to want to enjoy the audio experience. You can go download that on Audible. Francois Deristel, thanks for being here this morning. Erica Bassett, thanks for being here as well. I appreciate you. Check out the audio. If you prefer to read and you like to have it in your hand, then grab yourself a copy of the Legacy Titles. You can get it at Amazon or anywhere that books are sold. But thank you for all of you that have already grabbed a copy. We're starting to get some reviews that are pouring in, which I greatly appreciate. Starting to get some feedback from different people, how the book has hit them in different ways, which is amazing when you put in some work like this and it actually gets in people's hands and you start to see the impact that it's having. It's an amazing experience, an experience I couldn't have without you. So writing the book is one thing, but people actually reading the book, listening to the book. Hi, Sarah Renee, or Sarah Rees. People actually doing that and giving you feedback. Like that's where it's at. So today's show, I'm going to have to push to tomorrow, but what I will do is we'll do some Wacky World with Heather real quick, and then I'm going to push the show to tomorrow because I need to get, my family needs me, and so I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m., and we'll do it all over again. So thanks for being here with me, and I just want to encourage you, like Kurt Cahill said at the very beginning, right? The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win. I can't stress that enough as I am getting older and starting to learn more about this thing called life. I am starting to truly understand that quote right there is so impactful, so true, and so rare to find. Those that are willing to prepare, including myself. I just always wanted to win. I always wanted to sprint across the finish line. But preparing to win, it really is the difference. And you guys might find this a little weird, but it's kind of where we're going, and we'll go further with the show, I guess, tomorrow. But like a wealthy mindset versus a poverty mindset. Poverty mindset, here, now, get across the finish line fast as you can, take shortcuts, lie, cheat, steal, do whatever you got to do. Wealthy mindset, start laying track. Don't know when you're going to put a train on it. Don't know when the opportunity is going to come. Just start laying track. And it's hard, and it's boring. It's not exciting in any way, shape, or form. You're hammering in nails. But man, when that track connects, whatever that is, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 40 years, when that track connects, dude, completely changes the world.
Healthy living, there's a lot of advice, a lot of opinions about what it takes to live a healthy life. I'm going to ask these fellows, though, what common advice in the health industry that they think is complete, well, let's just say dog poopies. Brian. Ooh, oh, sorry, you're eating your waffle. Eating your waffle. I caught you off guard. What is a piece of advice in the health space that you just completely disagree with?
Medicine.
What?
Medicine.
Medicine? Uh-oh.
Because they prescribe you a pill for one thing, but it could potentially mess up something else.
Come on,
So I'd rather try to find a natural remedy to cure you versus giving these corporations millions of dollars just to have to get another $1 million for something else. So.
Can I fist bump you? Right there. Brian Parady.
Keto.
Uh-oh. You're about to upset me.
I know, and I'm sorry. But carbs are good for you. Now, granted, there are a lot of bad carbs, but our bodies need carbs.
Is this a good carb or a bad carb?
Not the greatest carb. But no offense to the law.
Okay, so keto's your answer. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's
So
all I
eat
got.
carb. What's a good carb?
Eat carbs. Potatoes, grains,
French fries?
vegetables, no.
Eldon Smith. Can y'all lean forward? My arm hurts so bad.
I'm gonna pick a different one today. It's gonna be that 8 hours of sleep. With 24 hours in a day, the way society has been set up, you're either gonna work 8 to 10 to 12 of those hours. Then they want you to sleep another 8 of those hours. So you've got anywhere from 60 to 20 hours of your day gone, and then you still gotta drive to and fro work. You gotta get your clothes ready. You gotta spend time with your kids. You gotta eat dinner. Where's the time for life? I think in that space, I wouldn't change the sleep habits, but just that workspace, figuring out a better way that society can make money.
Okay, yeah, but you just said the sleep thing. So Glenn
Well,
and
because-
I argue about this because Glenn thinks that people don't need 8 hours of sleep, and I think they do. So you would agree with Glenn?
I would absolutely agree with Glenn. I think about 6 hours of sleep would be more than enough to maintain a healthy lifestyle, but I would be more focused on out here living your dreams so that you can make the hours how you want to make the hours.
Anyway, okay, moving on. Pastor Jeff, what do you think? Health advice you disagree with?
Well, first I'm going to say with Eldon is that if you know what your circadian rhythm is, everybody's not the same. So some people can do 8 hours of sleep, some people can do 6 hours of sleep. I remember when I used to do 4 hours of sleep. Now, the thing that I absolutely disagree with is all of these diets. Right now we're in a time frame where a lot of people are doing this Daniel fast. It's a type of a diet. Diet, rather than have diet that is keto or whatever it is, a Daniel fast, it's really a way of life. Change how you eat, where you can eat that way on a consistent basis, and you will continue it, which is really, what do I consume? That's my diet.
Yep.
Make it a lifestyle rather than it's a fad that's around that, okay, I lose weight for a month, and then next month I gain it all back.
We're going to keep going on this journey this week. When you come back tomorrow, we are going to talk about some other myths that might or might not exist in your life. We're going to talk about Santa Claus. We're going to talk about history books. We're going to talk about schools. We're going to talk about round earths or flat earths. We're going to talk about space. We're going to talk about the Bible. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff that might blow your mind, and in some cases, it might piss you off. I don't know. But ultimately, what it comes down to is asking questions around what we believe so that we can expand on this journey, this voyage that we're on. The expansion comes through questions, and sometimes we got to question the things we never imagined we needed to question. Medicine, diets, sleep, the list goes on and on. On that note, I gotta go. Wife needs me. Appreciate you. Have an incredible day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again on #Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day. Peace.